So sorry to start the show with bad news, but the Upper East Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, Maham, has died. He passed away this morning after an acid attack last night. The Public Relations Officer of the Upper East Regional Police, ASP Thomas Agbanyo, says one of the assailants has been arrested. Now, Joy News will keep you updated on what unfolds, as we have been doing throughout the day. But for now, though, let's take a quick moment of silence for the departed. Some of you have expressed your sorrow at this news. So let's see what you've been saying on Facebook. Richard Ajay Ajamang says, where there's no unity, the devil strikes. The NDC is behind it. Really? Let's go on. Samad Wenchi says, rest in peace, Chairman. Heyman Kofi Samuel, hey, if lions are eating their own flesh, what would they do to that of a rat? Saratu Adams says, may Allah forgive every bad thing he has committed and grant him Al-Jannah. Now, Benjamin Yako says, wow, Ghana now turning to sad news. Nicholas Wama says, very, very sad. Oh God, have mercy on us. And Benji Ando Sergio says, hashtag dark days in Ghana. Let's move on to, okay, I have one here. Ali Sise Tafikatu, sorry. Says, farewell, Brother Adams, till we meet again. Rest in the bosom of Almighty Allah. Okay, this is getting rather sad. So let me take one more and move on. Suleimana Abdul Jalilu says, oh, Chairman, what sin have you committed that you deserve this attack? May the Almighty Allah give you Al-Jannah. Oh, Marjorie Chamanting says, what a way to die, simply evil. I have a WhatsApp comment on that from Williams in Koforidua. It says, it's sad news and the incident is barbaric and the police should be allowed to do their investigations in the matter because this could be far away from politics. The family should take heart. Well, now on to something still sad but less morbid. Emmanuel Adebayo. Now, if you don't know who he is by now, let me tell you. He's a Togolese footballer. He plays for the club Tottenham and most recently has become popular for his Facebook posts about his family. You know, what he has done, as in how much he has done for them, but they still go around saying it's not enough. He wrote another lengthy post talking about how he contemplated suicide at one point in his life. Now, Joy Sports' Gary Al Smith did
to it.
Hey, wow.
Yeah, it's clearly somebody who knows what he's about and somebody is reading over the script, because don't forget he writes them in English and French.
Yeah.
And they are lengthy and very much written to appeal to the sympathy vote.
But you, Gary, have been very active in sports reportage, and so you know how some of these things plan out to affect or help these particular players. Yeah. What are his chances with all of these things?
Yeah, very good question, because you see, he doesn't exist on his own. It's about PR, not for himself, but for his entity.
Exactly.
And his club, Tottenham Hotspur, have this afternoon said that they are giving him compassionate leave so that he goes back to Togo to sort out the issues once again. Because the fact is that they want to sell him this summer and nobody wants to buy a product that is damaged goods. And there are a lot of people
But they can't say he's damaged goods. He's still working. He's still playing football.
Psychologically, people are scared that he may not be up to.
Is that good? That's not good.
That's not good for the team, especially if they want to sell him. So they are just letting him go home, go and sort out the issues and come back. And probably, hopefully, by the time he comes back,
he comes out better.
Well, that was Gary Al Smith talking to Gifty Ando Apia on The Pulse. And, well, Adebayo is expected in Togo sometime soon to resolve family issues. We'll tell you what's happening with that. But let's take a look at the comments people made on Emmanuel Adebayo's latest post. King Lion says, Emmanuel Adebayo, this is the most important part of your story since I'm reading, and I can tell you it goes straight to my heart. A lot of people are saying that I never went to school, but they forget that it is because we could not afford it. I never blamed my parents for that, but thank God today I'm able to speak more than 3 languages and I can send my daughter to school. I'm proud of that. That was part of Emmanuel Adebayo's post, and King Lion says that portion touched him. Herbert says, moral of the story, family can be more dangerous than enemies. I'm guessing that's why there's a saying, keep your enemies close and your friends closer, or is it the other way around? What a family you have. This is really sad. Blood is not always thicker than water. You know, throughout the post, he kept saying blood is thicker than water. So maybe there's hope for reconciliation. That was Chungai Tawanda. And Elvis Mutwale says the only way you can please a fool is by keeping quiet. These people will keep on talking. You are not God who can be answerable to their needs. I can blame you at some point because you have helped them to be lazy by giving them almost everything. Okay, Robinson Akion says, thank you, C, for sharing these stories. They really make us know the truth, because before now, a lot of people already had you in their bad books. Hannah Pinto says, I say, Emmanuel Adebayo, save the stories. The world now knows you're the better person. Forgive them. Distance yourself. Help those who matter, family or not family. God doesn't discriminate through help. Live for your children and the people that love and are there for you. Save your energy and keep your heart light. Kwesi Osei Simpe says, see, the world knows the truth now. Please end it now, just for the sake of your beautiful daughter. Imagine her reading all this when she is grown. There are so many more. I'm going to read this one from Joe Uwendu. He says, brother, be strong. What you're relating is not shameful. Millions of fellow Africans like yourself are suffering, some even more because of the culture of silence. The idea of African hospitality has been abused by fellow Africans. Right. We have more. Okay, Francis Obinkran says, part 3 is out. Much as I enjoyed the Rotimi story, this one is kind of sad. It's kind of sad how your brothers depend on you more than how African presidents depend on IMF and the World Bank. Kofi Asante says, but Shay, sometimes me I fear give you. The way your people dey like medicine, dear, you for day God. Okay. Moving on. Ogbeni Segun says, I think you've done enough. Every family has a story. Sometimes you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. Take the advice. Enough of washing your dirty linen in public. People will gloat. Many are even worse off. You seem a good guy, and I know. Okay, the rest is up in there, but let's come back, and we told you all about this earlier in the day, and our question is simple. Is suicide the solution?
Oh, no, it isn't. I think he should just take his time. Slow but steady wins the race. He should be patient. Who knows? Maybe sides might change, and then things will be the usual. He shouldn't take his life.
Suicide is not the best option. He should look at himself and look at others. Maybe what he has, others don't have. Although the family are threatening him, it's a family issue. You need to solve it. Life is better than everything. When you have life, it's better than anything.
I've been following his history about this threatening that he's been going through. And then I think it came out with the part 1, part 2, and yesterday I think was the part 3 that I read. But anyway, above all, I know he's been through a lot, but committing suicide is not really the best. I know he believes in God, and all I can advise him to do is just lay everything between God's hands. We never know how people are. I mean, whatever their family are doing to him, he shouldn't give up because of that. He has a long way to go, if he give up, I believe many people give up because there are a lot of people that believe in him. So he should just hold on and then keep on doing what is best to him and then give everything to God. I believe with God, everything is possible.
Is suicide the best option?
No, I don't think it's the best option.
What would you advise him to do?
If he knows Christ, I will think of Christ because Christ is the only answer.
Committing a suicide will never solve the problem. He should stand as a man and face every circumstances around him. Because when you commit a suicide on this earth, you're going to face the judgment in heaven. And that will never solve it. So he should stand as a man, as the Adebayo he knew himself he is. He should stand to face them. It's just a mere problems. It's not an issue that will take your life. There are many people looking up to him. He has mentors, he has children, he has orphanages that they are looking up to him as a mentor. So he should portray that. He shouldn't even dream of killing himself. That will not solve the problem.
She says it won't solve the problem. Well, I have another comment on Facebook. This one is about suicide. It's from Donatus. He says, Emmanuel Adebayo, please don't commit suicide after this story. We really love you. God will vindicate you and help you from your dangerous family. Now, Nana Yao, who has been watching the show from Sapeman, says, Adebayo's case depicts the sense of African entitlement. Now, we're hoping that this is the concluding part to the Adebayo saga. That is, at least until he probably decides to put it all together in his autobiography and sell it one day. So, that's what you think on Emmanuel Adebayo's latest installment in the telenovela that is his life. Moving on to the Afro Gypsy, One Love, the Kubolo. He has a new song out and it talks about corruption. Well, more like how to deal with corruption. So here's a snippet of the new single titled Never Go Change. Spill the blood on the wall. Well, that's his opinion. So what's your solution to the canker of corruption in Ghana?
What I think should be done to those people is they should be investigated very well. When anybody being investigated and that person found guilty, then the law of that nation should act on that particular way he's being guilty.
As regard to corrupt officials, I mean, they must be arrested and then put at court, okay? Because if everybody should be a corrupted person, then there wouldn't be any development in the system, okay? Meanwhile, they have been trusted to be placed at that position. So why they need corruption? It means they must have to be executed. I mean, put at the court and then answer the questions.
I think the law court is there, so they should be processed to court, and whatever the law court says should be done.
If they are proven to be guilty, first corrective measures, and secondly, they should be put away. Put away. If it's a long jail service term, they should serve it.
I don't think they should be killed because that is a violation of human rights. As far as God created heaven and earth, God created us not to be killed, But when you are a corrupt person, I think the law should take you on. If you have taken any money, that is for the nation. At the end of the day, you have to pay back the money, and then you have some prison sentence. So that is my view concerning corrupt people.
Well, I have a message from Atoripo Mbongo, and he says Kubolo was at the Dumso Must Stop vigil, and now he's on corruption. That is laudable. From the Vox Pop, though, it sounds like you guys pretty much agree. I'm curious, though, did One Love get his inspiration from entrepreneur Kofi Amwa? We'll be taking a quick break, and when we come back, I'll be telling you why I think he did. We're talking One Love and corruption. I have a message here from Williams in Koforidua. He says, #corruption. We can only do away with it when education becomes the basic necessity for every citizen to enjoy. So you heard One Love's new single, Never Go Change, and how he's talking about we need to chop off the heads of corrupt officials and spill their blood on the wall. Very, very gory. But I'm curious, did One Love get the death penalty idea from entrepreneur Kofi Amwa? You know, just over a month ago, he did suggest that the death penalty was a good idea for corrupt officials.
A nation that is trying to develop goes to borrow $1 billion, and part of this money gets missing. It doesn't come to do what it's supposed to do. A nation that is trying to develop imposes all this heavy burden of taxation on the citizens. These tax revenues are collected, and a portion of it just disappears. A nation that has made it its practice to go around the world borrowing money, which I vehemently disagree, but at least that's what we are doing. When the money comes in, a part of it goes away. The begging, a part of it goes away. This is what I want to recommend, and this is not new. It has been done in various countries and it has worked. I'll reintroduce the death penalty. Anybody who is going to take the critical ingredient for our forward movement, for the progress of our nation to get to that the shining city on the hill, the future of Ghana, if they are going to take it from our mouths for their own personal gain, we must eliminate them. I know a lot of you will not agree with me. That is my position. I think we have been drifting, going left and right and making excuses for all kinds of things. If you're going to go into public service to steal and we catch you, we must eliminate you like the Chinese do. If you're going to be a minister to come and bring money, and the money you're bringing, a part of it, you put it somewhere, we must eliminate you.
Eliminate, Charlie. But do you remember that? It's a throwback Thursday, so I thought I might as well do it. Another message, this one says, corruption can never be solved in this world, not to talk of Ghana. And it's from Kumbasa Muniru in Pusiga. Now, okay, one more. Death penalty saying, we should rather strengthen the judiciary to prosecute corrupt officials and also distance them from politics. And it's from Williams in Koforidua. Okay, so you love it so much, it's trending on the BBC. Jollof, jollof. You know, we did that yesterday. Well, the BBC picked it up, and this is what they have to say. All right, so, okay, these are your comments on it up on Twitter. Says, BBC trending, Ghanaians and Nigerians are still debating over jollof rice. I know, right? And then there's a plate of jollof rice there, and one of the comments says, it's from Danny, who tweets at Danny GH, says, what a weird country. When the economy of the country is sinking, yet jollof is trending #1. All right. Phil Raji says at Yvonne Nelson GH, couldn't have gathered that courage to champion the hashtag Doomsor must stop cause if not for eating Ghana jollof. And someone, Christ Junkie, says, my big sister's jollof, dear. She go cut meat small, put inside. And vegetables on the side. Hey! Oh, I love this one. Toheeb, who tweets at Urathot, says, I'm Nigerian and I just tried Ghanaian jollof and it is more blessed than Nigerian jollof rice. I told you so. Okay. And Al Capocco Bay says, Ghana jollof conquers everything. Nigeria jollof make wata wata.
Yeah, I know. Nigeria jollof is like soup and rice.
Ew, okay. A little something to take the edge off that creepy image. The video of the day.
That?
Please. When you see an answer, you don't recognize an answer.
All right, we have bought the franchise also. So anyway, so that comment there is nice. Can you read it?
No, but thank you very much, Williams, for your offer.
Somebody said that if you eat my jollof rice, you will live forever. Williams, thank you. She got it, but her husband is wild. Right, my name is Stephen Enti.
My name is Jennifer Jane Asante, and Stephen, you won't get any of my jollof ever. So
well, I will choose. I will eat the Nigerian soup, rice, and soup. Let's go.